Hello everyone, it's my birthday. So I walked, there's Ryan, he's playing Minecraft. So I come in and he told me to close my eyes and he got me a Kit Kat. And then I got a Recess. And then my mom got me these flowers. Tell me why my parents are terrible at citing notes. So it just said, love you and miss you, happy birthday. And so I got this when I came home with flowers. And then I got these when I was at the gym and it was from my stepdad, I think. Not 100% sure still. I'll tell you why in a minute. And then I go to the closet, got me more stuff. So he got me a robe. He got me something for the tub and a little cushion thingy. So I'll probably open these, unbox these with you guys while I read my 25 things I've learned. So I get home and I get these flowers. So my biological dad messaged me and said, happy birthday, your present's on the way. And I was like, okay, cool. Because he asked for my address, but I already talked to you guys about that. And then, oh, here's Mamie, as you guys saw probably when I walked in. And then he asked me, and then my dad, Mark, he texted me, or he said, he's like, happy birthday, what's your address? So I send him my address and he's like, what time do you get off work? And I'm like, I'll be home. Or he's like, what time do you get home? Will you be home? And I was like, 3:30. Because I thought I'd get home at 2:30. So I was like 30 minutes at the gym. I didn't even think about opening presents because I wasn't expecting Ryan to get me anything, to be honest. Oh no, my nail fell off. Macy's like, what was that? And so I didn't think about it. So I thought 3:30, and then of course I went to the gym, and then I got more flowers. And then of course he's like, you only got flowers? And I was like, yeah. He's like, there should be 2 more things. I was like, well, I don't know. I got a note. So, he said, Dad, Mom's just said, happy birthday, love you, and miss you. Like, why did no one... So I texted my bio dad and said, hey, I was like, thank you for the flowers and the balloon. And then I had to retract and I'm like, sorry, I guess they're for Mom, not you. Sorry. But let me unbox this stuff with you guys. I got my list of 25 things. Maybe we'll read that in a minute. But first I want to open this stuff. We'll go. My list of 25 things I've learned in 25 years. Number 1, pain is constant. Sorry, that's the washer. Calm down, sir. I was watching a video the other day, and or listening to a podcast, and really, Maisie, are you in the shot? Yes, you're in the shot. So Maisie's also going to talk about her experience. I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about pain and how everyone feels pain differently, and how everyone's pain tolerance, like, just normal pain, like emotional pain that they go through, it's all different, but it's all valid for them. So definitely not in recent years, but I've been going through a lot, not a lot, but emotionally I've been going through a lot, trying to figure stuff out, but I'll talk about that more later. But basically I have knowledge that no matter what everyone else is going through, their pain is valid, and I can only experience, I can only be, I'm just gonna be in everyone's way. I can only go off of how I feel and my pain. So I can't compare my pain to someone else's pain, because whatever pain someone else is going through could be the same amount emotionally that I'm going through, but it could be 2 different things. So it all just depends. It's not, there's no just set in stone. If you go through this is how much pain you should feel. If you go through this is how much pain you feel. Because everyone goes through so many different things. So I've learned that. Oh, May. Oh, I love that you're in the video with me. You're attempting on your hair. Okay. Second thing I've learned is it's okay to lose people. So I've always had a problem with this, definitely growing up. Being a military brat, I've always moved around. And I always thought that I had to stay in contact with as many people as possible. Otherwise, like, I was a bad person. I love this! I was a bad person. But in reality, you go through different phases of your life. And you go through different people. So without, like, you could have one person, you could have a person in your life for 20 years, but after 20 years you don't need that person, or that person, like, you guys just don't connect anymore, and that's okay. So I realized that. So I've definitely have not struggled, but have accepted losing people easily, like more easy. So this is what the tray looks like. So this part goes, I'm going to test it out when I get over there. And this part comes up. So I don't remember if I told him that I needed this, but I take baths every week. Every Sunday. Just every weekend I've taken a bath. So this is, so I can put it on the tub now and put my iPad on there so I can keep playing bingo and relax and not have to worry about dropping in the water, because it's very uncomfortable with how I sit currently with my iPad. So that's cool. I wonder, I'm very curious to see if Maisie will walk on it, which is scary. The third thing I've learned in 25 years is my opinion of myself is the only one that matters. And of course, I have to work on this every day. I think everyone who is insecure, which is most people, has to work on that. It's a constant. But I think this, within the last couple of years, I think I've accepted it more because of, definitely because of the people in my life. But I think I've just been watching a lot of videos that are like, you don't need to be hard on yourself. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do this. They're like, your body is who you are, whoever you are, it's how you're supposed to be. So I think I've just accepted myself a lot more these past couple, I don't remember the last one I did where I did the things I've learned in this many years for my birthday, but since then I think I've learned more. Yeah, just stretch in front of the camera, Maisie. I've definitely learned more from just to accept myself more and just to embrace it instead of trying to change who I am, if that makes sense. And a lot of these, some of them are very serious, some of them are very silly. Let me just say, it's very hard to come up with 25 things that you've learned in 25 years without repeating yourself. But I did try to think about it, and some of them are kind of repeats of each other but worded differently and have different like stories behind them, kind of. So just letting you know. Fourth one is I appreciate my body. Like I've said, I have been watching a lot of videos about body positivity and just people like just going, oh, this feels so nice. And you just have to accept your body. Your body is your body. And I think I have struggled with that a lot. Definitely. Even I know it's like, oh my God, you're skinny. Like, no. But for me, it's all, everyone compares themselves. So I've always compared myself to girls who kind of look like me, but are skinnier in ways that I am not. So, like, I have a little chub in the belly, which I've always hated because it's, it's the pillow for my neck. I don't know, like, I think once I put them on, they're just gonna stick, though. That's the problem. So I have always accepted, like, I've always not liked my stomach or my arms. I feel like my arms are too skinny, and that my stomach could be flatter. But of course, I'm not going to do the work to do it because I like to eat food. And you can work on your abs all you want, but it's not going to like if you don't eat like you're supposed to, like to get abs, then you're not going to get abs. This is really nice. So my bath day this weekend is going to be solid. Sorry, Mimi. And then this is for my butt. I don't know if we can leave this on the bottom. Why are you right in the way of the camera? Can you move? Can you move? Sorry, guys. She's just doing what she wants. Rinse bath and clean tub before use. Paste mat in position. Continue filling tub. Surface wash mat and clean tub regularly. Aid against buildup for slippery residue. Oh, okay. After each use, detach the mat from the tub surface, rinse thoroughly, and hang or set aside to dry after each use. Got it. Cool. I'm gonna keep this. So I think this year definitely I have just, like, I appreciate how I look now, and it helps that I have a great boyfriend who tells me every day. But I've definitely learned that my arms are just going to be probably skinny because I'm small, and all of my fat apparently goes to my thighs and my legs, which is fine. I love my legs, which is weird. But and then my stomach, it's like the only way I can change that is if I change my eating habits, and I know I'm not going to do that. So I'm happy with it. It's not big. It's flat-ish. Like it's healthy. I'm a healthy weight, so I don't need to worry about, this is soft. I don't need to worry about having a perfect stomach because there's no point. Fifth thing I've learned is I have accepted who I am. The first couple are very about me, obviously. So I have learned to accept who I am. And it's definitely been I don't know how long most of you have been watching, but most of high school it was very hard for me to figure out who I am, but I was listening to a podcast or watching a video, and they were talking about how you never know who you are. You just are, and you don't need to figure out who you are as long as it feels right. So I think I've always struggled to fit in, but I don't need to fit in. I'm just me, and like obviously people aren't gonna like it, but as long as I'm happy with who I am and what I'm doing makes me happy and makes me feel okay, and I don't feel like I am hurting others, then I should be accepting who I am, which is weird. A nerd who also is girly, but also like I'm a huge mix, and that's fine. I always thought it was weird that I was like that, but I'm accepting it now because it's who I am. I shouldn't be ashamed of being a girly girl who's a nerd who's also into this and this and this and this, and it's like all attracting thing, like opposite things, but it's all in me. But so the sixth thing is I am too emotional. So I've definitely talked about this before because my mom has brought it up. I always thought she just didn't have emotions. It's not that she doesn't have emotions, it's just that she has tougher skin than me, and I thought it was like too much tougher. But now that during this past year, I've realized, no, I am just really emotional. I cry over the littlest things sometimes, and I know that I shouldn't be crying over it. It is definitely, I cry over the stupidest things. Like, I'll just start to tear up. Or if I watch something on TV, like if I'm watching The Voice and there's like a sap story, I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna cry. It's bad. I know I am way too emotional. And I've learned that this not this year, but this year, 2 years, I'm a very emotional person. I always thought it was everyone else not being emotional, but no, I'm just a very emotional person. The seventh thing is communication is key. So I obviously know that communication is key, but I think this year maybe the last 2 years, I have really seen it happen in my life, like communication being key. Definitely when it comes to my relationship, I think we've grown as a couple because I have worked on trying to communicate. Like, obviously I am bad at conflict. I mean, everyone is. I hate conflict. I don't like speaking my mind. If I think it's gonna like make the other person upset, which will make me upset, I don't like it. But I think me pushing myself to do it, because I love my relationship, I love being with him, I want to be with him for a while, and so I know that if I don't communicate or speak my mind, that it's not going to work out, and I don't want that. So I've definitely have tried to push myself in that way, and I feel like I've done very well, and I think I can only go up when it comes to my communication skills. Next thing, number 8, is stay passionate about what you're passionate about. So for me, I love dance and I hadn't been doing it, but I realized that I don't feel not satisfied, but I feel like less myself when I don't do it. And then editing, I love it. Like, even if it's just a little bit here and there, it's not too much. Like, I feel like passions for me, I have to work on them. Otherwise, and I'll get to like another point later about this, but if I'm not doing something that I'm passionate about, I'm going to be like, I'm not going to be myself, basically. It's like, I'm going to be down, I'm going to be not depressed, but like sad and put down and blah. I'm not going to feel fulfilled. That's the word I'm looking for. So like playing The Sims, editing, like all this other stuff, like that's all stuff that I like to do and I'm passionate about. Since I'm passionate about those things, I need to stay passionate, and the way I do that is by doing it and then also learning more about it. Dance, editing, The Sims. I felt so much better. Even the little editing I do with my YouTube channel, or like my dance practices, like for me that's enough when it comes to fulfilling my need, not my need, but like that, to feel myself, basically. This is the robe. Looks super comfy. We're gonna wear this the rest of the video. Oh, it's so nice. I love it. I do have to wash it though, because, well, it's been in a box. We don't know how long it's been in that. Are there pockets? There are pockets on the inside. Oh, it's like a big jacket. Okay, back to my list. I'm going to finish off. So that was all the presents. Ninth thing goes hand in hand with the last one, which is stay creative. So as I was saying, I need to feel like I don't feel like myself or fulfilled if I am not being creative. Like whether that's coloring or doing a puzzle or anything to do with creativity, I feel like I just need to do that, or making a video, or just anything, to be honest. Because it feels weird when I don't do anything, because that's what most of my life has been, is being creative. Like I'm a creative person, so if I'm not doing it at least like every other day, I feel weird not doing anything creative about, like, at all. So yeah, it's definitely something I've learned, is I need to be creative, otherwise I feel not myself. So the 10th thing is everyone doesn't need to like you. I think with my realizing that my opinion's the only one that matters, it's definitely made me become more of a, not cynical, but like more of a, I don't care what people think, which I'll get to later. But it doesn't bother me as much now when I hear or I feel like someone doesn't like me. It doesn't bother me as much. I'm just like, whatever. I don't have the need to people please, basically. Like, I don't have the need to please everyone I come into contact with. The 11th thing is I have an eye rolling problem. So I love to roll my eyes at the stupidest things, and it's okay. I have developed it from when I was a child. And definitely now Maisie's on my list. Apparently she doesn't want me to finish this video. So I have realized that it's just a great calming thing for me. Like, if I'm annoyed, I'll just roll my eyes and I'm like, whatever. 12 is I don't need to be embarrassed about what I'm interested in. So this goes with I appreciate, or I accept who I am. Since I all the things I'm interested in sometimes are a little weird. Like the fact that I'm super invested into YouTube, or the fact that I love The Sims, and that I just the combination of things is kind of a little odd with what I'm into. And this year I've definitely accepted that it's okay. Like, I love D&D, I love The Sims, I am super into YouTube. Like, all these things, like, I'm not the only person out there who is into this stuff, but I've always been ashamed or nervous about people not I guess making fun of me, and then just laughing at my interest. And I definitely think after this year, I've definitely turned more into a individual person where I don't care what people think, because I like it. And that's all that matters. So 13 is I am bad at staying in touch with people. I am terrible. I talk to my best friend Kristen 3 times a year, maybe 4, but she's still my best friend. It's not like I need to talk to her every week. I would like to, and I feel like I should be talking to her. I would love to talk to her and Tati once a month. But sometimes when I think about it, and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to do that today, and then I just forget, and then I'm like, well, okay, whatever. But I definitely I think this year to be better at talking to my friends. Like, the friends I like to keep, that I feel they are my best friends. Like, Kristen and Tati, obviously. Because those friends have definitely helped me through very, very hard times. And I don't feel like I need them, but I like having them around. And I like if they need me, they don't feel like they're burdening me, or that something is wrong and that's why I'm reaching out. So maybe I'll try to do that in the next couple of months. I'll try to I think the rest of the year, I'm definitely going to try and talk to them and catch up with them once a month. Definitely, since I don't go on social media that often. So I don't really know what's going on in their life at all. So, and just because I'm not really on social media doesn't mean they're not, but yeah. So, and then 14, it's okay to be alone. I have had the hardest time accepting that. When I was living in Irvine and Ryan was living in Oceanside, it was so hard for me to just be home to be at my apartment by myself, even though I had roommates, but just to be alone in my room by myself, because it just reminds me of when I was a teenager, and being at that house for sometimes days by myself, and it sucked because I didn't have anyone, and it was so weird. But when I think now the only reason why I can now say it's okay is because I live with Ryan, obviously, but I think it's just I have emotionally exhausted the hatred of being alone. Now I kind of enjoy it in a weird way. Maybe it's just because I live with Ryan. I don't know. But I think now I think I like it more. And it doesn't feel as depressing, I guess is the word I'm looking for. 15. There's no point in being stressed out about things that are out of your control. I know that seems very obvious, but I am a perfectionist. Well, not like super perfectionist, but like to a degree. And I get stressed out easily when it comes to things I shouldn't be stressed out about. In like this last year, it's been very hard for me money-wise, obviously, because of COVID. And I was so stressed out when I shouldn't be. Like, obviously, when it comes to money, people get stressed out. But also, it's more of it's like I can't do anything. All I can do is try and work DoorDash. Like, at the time, work DoorDash and try and make enough money so I can pay my bills next month. And if I don't, well, then I'll figure it out. Like, I have a support system. Like, I don't need to be stressed. Obviously, if you don't have the kind of support system that I have when it comes to, like, obviously I don't feel comfortable asking my parents for money, but if I need to, I can. But it's normally only in dire needs. But, you can only control so much, and the things you can control are your emotions. And so I've definitely a lot this year worked on emotionally controlling it. Like, so like I say, I'm too emotional, but I think this year I definitely have fought / contained my emotions a lot more than I normally would have. So 16, you don't need to give people everything you have. And by this is like when you are friends with someone, or if you just meet someone, or you go on a date, you try and like impress them. I just give way too much. Like, this is why most of my relationships have been unsuccessful. It's just because I give way too much in the beginning, but then it's like when I don't need to. Like, you can give a little bit here, a little bit there, but you don't need to give everything when you meet someone. Maisie's getting comfortable on my piece of paper. And I think this year I've learned that I can hold back and I can give just the surface of like, how's your day, blah, 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 like all of this. This cat is too cute. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to, hopefully she's still here when I'm done with this video. But yeah, you don't need to give everything you, like, of yourself, like emotionally, physically, mentally, and I've definitely struggled with that, like, most of my life. And I think this year I've realized I don't need to. Like, I can share, like, obviously I can be honest, but I can also be cautious about who and what I'm sharing with certain people, and with how long I've known them and how comfortable I feel, So I think I definitely have learned to feel people out better, which I feel like I already did a good job at before. But I think this year I've definitely have honed that a lot more. And I feel like I've gotten a lot better at my judgment of people. You have something on? Oh, I got it. So Maisie had something, so I had to get it really quick. The 17th thing. It's okay. I put going. It's okay to be aggressive and you won't be considered a bitch because of it. I have been very outspoken this year, which normally would not be a thing. I hate conflict and everything, but I think this year I've definitely stopped hiding my emotions a lot more. I have been very assertive with the music videos, like getting paid, making sure that things are getting done and making sure things are happening. And I know before, like in film school, I was always weary about it because I didn't want to be come off aggressive or that I'm asking for too much or anything like that. But I think this year I've accepted that obviously if they like my work and they want me to do this for money, they know that I can do it. So I don't need to be nice about things. Like I can be nice, but if it's like been a while, like obviously I can be aggressive and I won't be considered like being a bitch. That's always been a worry of mine, is obviously of what people think of me and not liking me and being a people pleaser. But I think this year I've definitely have been more assertive about, more aggressive about like things in my life and how I like things done and like different things like that. Has definitely been something I've learned this year. Yeah. Number 18. Sometimes it's better to not say anything. So this came from a couple of places. It definitely at work, when I see something wrong, normally I want to fix it, but now I'm just like, not my place really. And sometimes it's bad, but most of the time it's okay because it's like not my problem to fix. And if it involves me, then yes, I'll say something, but it has nothing to do with me and I don't know entirely what's going on, then I don't need to say anything. That's definitely been a big problem of mine, is hearing a problem but not having the whole story and then trying to fix it anyways. So I've definitely have been working on that. So I have definitely learned it's okay to not say anything. And then when it comes to disagreements, not like, just when you disagree with anyone, or if like you realize that the person you're disagreeing with isn't obviously going to listen to reason or is just being like a brick wall, then just say okay. That's fine. You don't need to like you don't need to prove a point always. You can just be okay. Like it's okay to be it's okay to have opposites opinion and you don't need to come to an agreement. You can have your opinion, they can have their opinion. Definitely learn that. That's for sure. The next thing is 19. I've learned the difference between friends and acquaintances. I have always struggled with this. Like before, I've always given 110% to anyone I meet, like from the second day that I hang out with them. And I've definitely learned that, like, I always feel like I have all these friends, and then when I need them, they're not around. And I'm like, those aren't friends. And I think I finally realized who my friends are versus my acquaintances. So the people who are there for me when I need them and not when they need me are obviously my friends. But the people who only come to me when they need something, those obviously aren't my friends. And I've definitely, most of my life, have struggled with that. And I think I finally have gotten a grip of that. I'm sorry that my hair's all over the place. I put it up today, and so this is just what it's gonna be. Amazing move, by the way. Can't tell. 20. I don't care about what others think of me, obviously, and what I'm doing. So recently, I have definitely struggled with the reason why I don't put a lot of dancing videos out is because I dread the thought of seeing comments about my dancing being bad, or that I'm like like just terrible and I should just stop and blah, blah, blah. And I think this year I have definitely not cared as much. And again, the theme, not caring. I have learned that, everyone's at a different level. And I don't work on it every day. I only do it sometimes. And it's okay that my dancing's not as good as someone who's been doing it way longer than me. Or if someone's better than me who's done it shorter than me. It's okay. And I've always struggled with that. I've always compared myself to different things. And so, like, normally when I'm at work and I catch someone seeing me, like, doing, like, little moves while I'm listening to music, I would, like, tense up and I'm like, oh my God, like, Sam, and, like, get embarrassed. And I'm like, no, I shouldn't. It's like, I'm just minding my own business, doing my thing. I should not care if people see me doing something. And that's fine. 21, you should always push yourself. And this goes with, like, being creative and doing things. Like, I feel like this year I have definitely learned to push myself, not only like mentally and emotionally, but like physically, like working out every day and like making sure I don't do my bad habits, or like cooking. That's been a real struggle. Like, I hated cooking before, but now that we live together, it's definitely been easier to like cook, because it's like everything is ours. Like, we know our apartment, obviously, like we feel comfortable being in our apartment, and it's not like we're living at someone else's house, or like we're living somewhere else, or things like that. And if it seems like I'm rushing, it's because it's late. It's not late, but this video has been going on way too long, and I am ready to be done with this list. 22, it's okay to cut people out of your life if they bring nothing but negativity, even if they are family. So like I've talked about in the past, there's definitely, like, obviously my bio dad's not the best, and I have always tried to keep him in my life and like talk to him, and like I tried as a daughter, but I think this year I've been like, no, there's no point. What's done is done. Nothing I can change. My feelings for him won't change. There's nothing, like, obviously I forgive him. Like, I can forgive, but I can't forget. I can forgive the fact that, I don't even know what I'm forgiving. The fact that he was a bad dad to me, bad bio dad, but I think now I've accepted that just because he was a bad dad doesn't mean that the father figure I did have, which is Mark, like, he didn't do bad. He's great. Obviously, like, when they were dating, like my mom and him were dating, obviously he didn't try to dad me too much, but like when they got married and when they were together, I feel like he really tried to have one-on-one time with me and make sure that I felt like I could go to him whenever I needed him to, like whenever I needed. And I think that's really helped with making sure I don't have daddy issues. I guess, other than the daddy issues I already have. And I think, if there's negative people in your life, you don't need them. You only need positivity. And I believe that if you're keeping negative people in your life, it's because you want that negativity. And I have definitely this year have cut a lot of negativity out of my life. If I don't feel happiness when I'm around someone, then they're out of my life. I just can't do it anymore. I can only control what I can control, and that is being positive. And if there are people in my life who are negative, then they're out, because I don't like negativity. I don't like it, and I don't want it, because I don't like feeling bad about my life. Number 23, I like to be rewarded. So the only reason why working out and not biting my nails and not picking at my hair, the only reason why I've been doing so well is because I've been rewarding myself. And I realize I think I like being rewarded is because then I have a reason to spend money. And I don't feel guilty about spending money because I'm like, I did a good job this week. Like you should treat yourself. And I don't think I ever, like, I would buy stuff for myself and I would do things for myself, but it never felt like a treat because I did it a lot. So now that I have a designated, like, after I've done this stuff and haven't done it, I can now reward myself. So I feel better about spending money. I don't feel as guilty. And it just feels nice to not feel bad about spending some money for a present or two. Next thing is relationships affect how your life is. I did not realize how true this was. Whether you're religious or not, just relationships in general. Whatever relationships you have, that affect how your life is. So I read a book, it was a Christian book, and it talked about how if your relationship with God is strained, then your whole life seems to crumble. But if your relationship is great with God, then you are happier overall. And I'm not too religious. I obviously do think that there are higher powers out there, and I do believe that we do something after we die. Since God is the only thing that I know, I kind of believe in it. I have faith that it's like I have a little faith in there being God. It's better to think to hope that there's one and believe that there's one than not and then realize later when you die. So I just think following the Bible religiously is a waste of time. So obviously I just believe if you're a good person, then you're a good person and you can live a good life. But I think this is that what the book was saying reigns true for every relationship you have. So I feel like the only reason why, not the only reason, but a big reason why I've been so positive and so happy and so not depressing and not mad all the time is because my relationships in my life, down to the smallest relationships, are very positive and very loving and very caring. And before, like when I would be with other boyfriends, obviously they were very emotionally draining, and that's why I was never really happy in them. But I think I finally found a relationship where I've realized I'm just too much, like I am really emotionally damaged, and Ryan obviously isn't, but or it doesn't come off that way. He's better at it. But I think since my relationship with him is so good, everything else seems to be okay. And like my stress level's down and like my happiness is up and me overthinking things isn't as much, and me just letting life be life and not thinking I need to control every minute of it has really gone down as me and his relationship gets stronger and my other relationships get stronger. So if you feel like your life is in a shamble, you just look at your relationships first. Just see where you think your relationship could be improved or just cut off. And finally is I've learned to lose control. And this goes to the relationship thing of I don't feel as much anxiety about having control over everything. So I feel like I was very controlling of myself. So I felt like I needed to control every aspect of my life and every little thing that happened in it. And now I feel like I don't need to do that as much. I feel like this year, definitely, I have let it just flow. Like, definitely after losing my job, I have just let I've just gone with the flow. because I've learned I don't need to stress out about what I will be doing in 5 years. There's no point. Like, it's good to have an idea of what you want to have happen in 5, like what your 5-year goal is. I feel like it's a good idea so that you have a goal that you're striving for, but I feel like you don't need to like have a detailed step-by-step plan of how to get there. Like, you could have a rough idea, but you don't need to have this day this is what I need to do to achieve my 5-year goal. Or I was so paranoid about that, and now I feel like I finally have gotten to a place where I have just I don't care if I have control. It's nice. I don't feel stressed out. I feel great. And I don't think I love it, to be honest. I love not feeling like I need to control everything. It feels really nice. And that's it. I've had a lot of interruptions this video. It's for this one clip, but it happens. It's my birthday. This is what happens when you try to do something on your birthday when no one else knows what you're doing. And they just think you have all the free time in the world. I'm kidding. So I'm just going to go relax now for the rest of my night. I have to upload tomorrow's vlog, which by the time you see this, it will already be up, obviously. But I will see you guys in the next clip. Getting through this puzzle, slowly but surely. Ryan's painting still. And this is the one I finished. There's Shakira, mine, Ryan, Maisie. So, it's gonna go underneath the other painting I have. Here are the kitties. They were in the box together cuddling. Like cute little girls. Oh, so adorable. Currently doing laundry, took a bath. I'm gonna show you the bath setup because it was so cool. Look, I had that tray, like all over there, and I was just like laying out. It was so comfy. The mats aren't in there because they're drying out on the but I did not record yesterday because Topgolf didn't happen, which is fine. I kind of figured it wouldn't happen because it was so late in the day. Oh, is my computer still on? So, I'm gonna play Sims now after I stretch. I'm gonna stretch for, who knows, for like a YouTube video. And then tomorrow I start my new job, or my new position. So that's exciting. Oops, I recorded today, which is always fun. And then, yeah, I've just been chilling today. Went to bed late last night because we did have people come over. So we went to lunch at a burger place called Hop Dotty Burger Lounge. And then we came back. My brother didn't come because Jasmine wasn't feeling well. But then we came back and we played Jackbox. And then Ellie and Dakota left, and then we played Catan. It was so much fun. And her birthday, when Kayla loved it. And I was like, if you guys ever want to come back and play, we're down. I am always down to play Catan. So, hopefully they'll be able to come by again. Hopefully soon. Because that was really fun. I did not do well that game, but it was fun. So, yeah. Just been chilling. I'm in a little pain today. It is that time. So, it's a little pain. But hopefully me stretching and then playing Sims and relaxing will help. Listened to 2 podcasts today while I painted and finished my puzzle, or worked on my puzzle. So my goal is to listen to 2 podcasts a day since I won't be able to now at work. So I'll be doing that with also as I do my puzzle. So it just gives me a way to work on my puzzle more. Because I don't want to get as behind on my podcast as I am with my like YouTube stuff. So hopefully it will help. But yeah, I just wanted to catch you guys up on the week. So I might do 1 or 2 dance videos this week, but no promises. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys either in the next clip or the next video. So make sure you subscribe, like, and share. And yeah, talk to you guys later.